Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie's signature. So I welcome you all to my tutorial for today. So we'll be making an off-shoulder bustier gown with a fox wrapper and an hanging sleeve. As you can see, this is very simple. It's quite detailed. It's beginner friendly, and if you're interested in what I'm about to show you, please kindly sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And if you have any questions, please kindly feel free to leave it in the comment section. And if this is your first time of stumbling on my tutorial, please kindly subscribe. So this is what we are making. I just added that fox wrapper because my client wanted a fox wrapper added to her own. So now the next thing to do for me now is to draft this on my paper. I will be drafting this off shoulder on my paper. So all you need to do is to get your paper, and then when you're getting your shoulder for an off shoulder, for example, if your shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2, that should give you 8. So to that 8, you're going to be removing either 2 inches or 1.5 inches. In this case, I removed 2 inches. And then I went off for my off shoulder by 5 inches. So you can see the way I placed my tape. So place your tape 5 inches above, and then get your bust point on the bust. And then you're going to be ruling your lines to that effect. So automatically the last line is our half length or our waist line. And then we've already gotten our armhole. Not really armhole, the off shoulder armhole, whatever, I don't know how to call it. So now the next thing to do now is to just divide your bust span into 2. The bust span of my client is 8 inches, so I divided it into 2, and that gave me 4 inches. So I'm marking that out. I'm going to bring it from the upper part down to the end of the paper, like so. So right there on the underbust, you're going to be taking your dart intakes. For the sides coming towards me, I took half an inch, and the sides going towards that side, I don't know how to say it, whether it's left or right, I took 1.5 inches. So this is not like the exact you're supposed to use. Yeah, it depends on your client's bust. So for my client, she's not that busty, so that's why I made use of 1.5. But if you have a very big busted person, you can use 2 inches. And then on this other side, you can use half an inch. It depends on how you're going to be sharing it anyways. So on the chest line like that, where the off shoulder is going to be, I took half inch respectively, and then I'll be connecting it to the bust point area like so. So you can see that our bust is already busting. So now I'm going to be taking the 1 inch that I used for the dart on the shoulder area back. I have to fill it on, so you can see that I marked that out and then cancelled the first one. So now the next thing to do now is to divide my bust by 4, and then add back my dart intakes, and then add my sewing allowances. So now I'll connect my armhole. When you're connecting these, don't do it too curvy, because this is an off shoulder. You don't want it to be round, like as if you are cutting out your armhole. It does not have to be straight, and it does not have to be too curvy. So now I'll come over to my waist measurement, divide the waist by 4, add back my dart intakes, and then of course add my sewing allowance. So I'll just go ahead and connect that, and then come to my neckline. If you want to leave your neckline straight, fine, but I want to give this a sweeter neckline because that is what was on this style. So I'll just place my curve ruler like that, and then give it that curve like so. So we're basically through with our I beg your pardon, I don't know why my voice is season. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So if you follow all this prompt, like really follow it detailed, you're going to be getting exactly what I did. It's very easy. Remember, this is going to be having a small basket in the front, but I'm going to be showing you how you're going to be doing that shortly. So now I'm just going to, I cut out my dart intakes, as you can see, and then I'm going to be using my sellotape to tape that place, and then add extra paper to get my basket effect for the front, because the back is not going to be having any basque. The basque is going to be in the front, and for the basque I just came down by about 5 inches, because from the picture the basque is not that deep basque, like deep like that, no. So I'll just use about 5 inches or 4 inches depending on how you would want it. So let me just add this paper and then continue from there. So just use your tape and then add it up. My fan was blowing the paper away, so just take it easy when you are doing this. So you can see what we have right about now. So now I'll just go ahead, and then that's the length. So I'll just input my bust span measurement and then extend it down to the line like so. And then this is what we have. So on the side, you're going to be slanting it all the way to the middle point like so. So you can see that this is very, very easy. But if you wanted to add your basque allowance before cutting, you can as well do that. But I just felt like this was more direct and it was easy. There's no need to start cutting out that and all that. So I've gone ahead to cut out my midpoint, my middle bustier, and then I notched the bust point. I'll notch it here as well, and the other part, so that when I'm sewing this or fixing it, it's going to be fixed properly. So now I'll cut out the neckline. So this is what we have. So we'll have our front piece ready. So now the next thing to do is go over and cut out our back pieces. So for the back piece, I'll equally be cutting on the paper like this. So my paper was not actually enough, so I add to that. I'll add to the length, because my half length for my client is 17 inches, I think. Yeah. So I've gone to add to that, and then I'm rolling out my zipper allowance of 2 inches. So just go ahead and roll out your zipper allowance of 2 inches. Sorry, I'm making use of a pen here because I didn't have a marker. I didn't know that my marker was not working again. So now whatever you used for your front shoulder, you use the same thing here, and you just do exactly what you did at the front. The only difference between the front and the back is that the back is going to have a zipper and the back is not going to be having a basque. So every other thing remains constant. So you divide your bust measurement by 4, you add your sewing allowances, you come to your waist, you divide by 4, you add your dart, and then you add your sewing allowances, because we're going to be using a dart for the back. So make it up for the paper like that. You see, I told you I was managing my paper. Everything is too expensive these days for you to just waste it away, so you just need to use, because at the end of the day I'm still going to be trashing this anyway, so you just have to make use of what you have. So I'll just add my sewing allowance and then I'll connect like so. So now the next thing to do now is to carve out the armhole, you can see, and then get my dart. So for my dart, I'll be using my bust span measurement divided by 2. Mark it on your chest line and your waistline, rule out a straight line, and then take half inch on your waistline and then take it up to your chest line for the back like so. So voila, we have our darts. And then for the neck depth for the back, I'll just come down by 1 inch and then give it a bit of a curve like so, as you can see, and then straighten it out on the zipper allowance. So in order to avoid bulginess of the zipper, I'll just go in by about ½ inch like so, and then connect in a slanted format like so. And then the next thing to do is to come to the waistline and then go up by ½ inch and then take it into the dart area and cut it out like so. So with all this, you're going to be avoiding bulginess of the zipper at the back of your dress. So I'm going ahead to cut this out. As you can see, just cut out all those things you see me cutting, and then we are good to go. So you can see that this is very easy. So this is for the back pieces, as you can see, and then we have our front pieces ready. So you can see. So now the next thing to do now is to go over and then cut out all this on my pieces, my fabric. I'll be making use of an ISI Agu fabric to cut this. So let me just go ahead and cut out the lower part, that is the skirt part first. So in order to determine, because it's going to be a gown, just subtract your full length from your half length, and whatever you have is going to be your skirt length that you'll be adding to the upper part. So now I've cutting both the front and the back together. As you can see, one side is longer, and that is the zipper allowance area. So the back part is under, while the upper part is on the upper part. So I've gotten my waist to my hip measurement. So for the waist to the hip, I use 8.5 inches for my clients. I just remember that I didn't indicate the zipper area, so I just rolled that out, as you can see. So I'll just go over to my waist measurement. Whatever you used for your waist upper parts is what you're going to be using here. So divide by 2, add 1 inch for that, and then 2 inches for sewing allowance, or 1.5 inches, as you please. So I'll connect my waist to my hip, and then I'll go to the length of the skirt like this, and then I'll impute my hip measurement without sewing allowance, and then I'll connect. Remember, this is going to be a pencil gown. It's a tight fitted gown. So now I'll come here and then do my hip contour. I used 1.5 for the zipper upper part, and then the hip side I used 2 inches, and then I used 1 inch at the lower part, and then I connected everything like so. So that is what I have. So in order for me to determine the slit I will having, I went up by 7 inches and then marked 1/2 inch, because I'll be turning this with a full lining. I don't know if I'm too fast, but please, if you have any questions, please kindly leave it in the comment section. I don't want the tutorial to be too lengthy. That is why I'm like rushing this, and I already have detailed tutorials anyways on the channel on how to go about this. So this is just coming out as a bonus tutorial. So I'm just cutting the excess out like that. So this is what we have. So, and then the next thing to do is to impute our dart for the waistline. So for the dart, I will not be placing any dart at the front part, because it's going to be having a basque. If you impute any dart at the front part for a basque gown, it's going to be making it protruding. It won't be lay flat, so there's no need for a dart in the front. So I'll just put the dart at the back. So I just use this as an illustration, so that in case you want to sew your skirt, that is how you're going to be placing your dart. Then from your hip line, go by 3 inches, and then you connect your darts. I believe you understand me. And then for the back piece, you make sure you mark your dart from your zipper allowance. You know, the zipper is an allowance, so you are not going to be taking your measurement all the way from there. You're going to be making your measurement after the line for the zipper allowance. I believe you understand the drift. Yeah. So this is what we have. So I'll go ahead and then cut out my linings, and then cut out the up parts, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So if you've watched up to this level and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please, it's virtually free. Kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly leave beautiful comments. So you can see I've gone ahead to cut out my linings, cut out the main fabrics, and then if you like, you can add an interfacing to your lining, but I just felt like there was no need for that. So I'm just going to be sewing it, and then I used my laminated foam, and then I'll be going ahead to fix this. So we place right sides facing each other like this, and then align the post point part, and then on the post point part, very easy, and then go and connect. So for the skirt part, I've gone ahead to turn it out, and I've gone ahead to close up my upper part and the lower part, as you can see. So you can see the basque effect right there. So now the next thing for me to do is to just go ahead. I've closed both upper part and lower part, so the next thing is just to go and trace out my basque in the front like this. Make sure when you're cutting it, you're not cutting the back part. So I'll now go ahead and open the zipper part like this, and then place my right side of the upper part, the pointed parts matching the pointed part of the lower part, and then make sure the side seams are properly aligned. So please kindly pin it together like this. Make sure you pin everything and everything is properly aligned, and then you're going to go ahead and run from one zipper end to the other side. So I've gone ahead to do that, and you can see this is what we have. You can see how it's looking. So the next thing for us now is to go ahead and cut out our sleeve. So what I'm doing now is to, when you took your client's measurement, make sure you take what she wants as a round off shoulder measurement. For my client, our off shoulder measurement was 42 inches, I think. And then when I measured what I have here minus the sleeve on the fabric on the dress, what I have here is 24. So when I deducted that, I got about 18 inches. So I divided that 18 by 2, and I got 9 inches. So 9 inches is on each side of the sleeve is what I need to make up for the total length of my client's off shoulder. So I'll be I'll be cutting out about 10 inches on fold. I believe you understand the calculation I did. If you want me to make an separate video for this, please kindly leave it in the comment section. So on fold, I placed about 6 or 7 inches on fold like this, and then I marked my 5 inches at the upper part, and then at the lower part I'm going to be using about 6.5 or 7 inches, because off shoulder sleeve is not supposed to be too tight for you not to be able to lift your hand. So in order for there to be comfort around your upper arm, lower arm, I beg your pardon, you need to extend the lines more than the main off shoulder sleeve. I believe you understand me. So that is what I just did right there. So you can see how curvy it is. So this is how I'm going to be attaching the sleeve to the dress. So the next thing to do now is to show you how I'm going to be cutting out the hanging sleeve. For the hanging sleeve, I just measured my sleeve length was 9 inches. Instead of doing 9, I did about 11, so that it will just stay like perfectly on the sleeve. I don't want it dangling, so I just cut that out and then used an interfacing and S-stay to do that. And then I'll use this sewable bone to attach there, and then use my plain fabric to turn it out and then give it a very good press. So this is what I have. So the ISI Agu part is going to be like my lining, and then the black is going to be the one that will be shown outside. So now I've done that, and I'll just go ahead and pleat this a little. Pleat it by half an inch on both sides like this on my machine, and then when I fix it, this is how it's going to be looking. It's going to be hanging. So the sewable bone has helped it to stay. So this is what I was trying to explain. So I'll go ahead and do that and then fix it on my dress. So I've gone ahead to do that, and you can see this is what we have. So you can see how beautiful this dress is looking, even though. And then I went ahead off camera, of course, to attach this fox wrapper. If you don't know how to attach these, I already have tutorials on how to do that. So thank you all, and God bless you, and I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, share, leave beautiful comments, and watch out for my next tutorial. This is Gina's Signatures, and I'm signing out. Bye.